Wellness Tuesday. Once again, we would like to thank you and welcome you to the Think Champs podcast, the Champs Health and Wellness podcast with myself, Super Engineer Quasi, and today we will introduce to you our co-host, our good brother Divine. Introduce yourself to the people, Divine.
Salute, y'all. Healthy salute. We in the building. Think Champs. Everything's health. Everything's a thought. Making sure you stay inspired. Making sure you're thinking about your health and your wellness. And you are dedicated to your journey, y'all. Keep thinking. Keep pushing. Salute. We here.
That's right. So, as always, the Think Champs Health and Wellness Show is about nutrition. We're about fitness. We're about meditation. It's about pushing the full program of holistic health and wellness out to the world, because this lifestyle is just that. It's a lifestyle. It's not a fad. It's not a craze. It's not something that we want you to take into your life for a short period of time. It's something that we want you to adapt and what's the word I want to use, Quasi? Not really adapt to, but
integrate
and take on as a part of yourself. Why? Simply because there are serious health issues going on in the world. Many people are dying. Many people are sick. They have terminal illnesses. They have mental illnesses as well.
Yes.
And as we say, we would like to use the power and influence that we have, even if it's just a little bit, to influence, even if it's just a few people, to understand that health, wellness, well-being, nutrition, sleep,
physical
fitness, and meditation, as well as other integral parts of wellness, are the keys for longevity and life. So on this day, our second show, thank you for coming. Thank you for being a part of it. We're going to talk about our health journeys, your health journeys, and we're just going to start with our journeys, and hopefully you can relate to it and you can chime in. Let's get that number going on up there, Quasi. Once again, this is a live show. This is a live show, family. So if you want to chime in, call in, right? You can call us at 973-400-8457, 973-400-8497. Like, love, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. The Think Champs Wellness and Health Show is on air. Like, love, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. The Think Champs Wellness podcast is on the air. We're going to continue to have great shows. We're going to have great guests in the upcoming weeks. But today we're going to be talking about our wellness journey. And we're going to have my co-host Divine talk about his wellness journey, what brought you to this path of health and wellness, and a little bit of your history, maybe upbringing, on the integral parts of your life that catapulted you to this point.
Well, first, as a young man, I remember about 10 years old. My father, strong man. I lived with both parents, and slightly health conscious, not to the degree that I am today. But I remember my father making mention to my mother that he had chest pains. My mother was an LPN at the time, and it ended up being diabetes. And that's the first time I used to hear, besides hearing of relatives who passed because of health issues, that's the first time I heard that type of wordplay, diabetes. Your father has diabetes, which eventually turned into colon cancer, which eventually turned into prostate cancer. So if I was about 10, my dad was about 39 or 40 at the time. And within a 7-year period, he was out of here. So my journey began as a young man. I wondered why or how could this strong man, how could this black man, this father figure that I always knew worked, was strong, looked like he was in good health, looked like he was in good shape, how could something like that deteriorate his body? And you know, back in those days, that was the late 80s, early 90s. Well, he passed in 90, so mid to late 80s. Chemotherapy was the talk of the day, those who get cancer. I remember him having the little needles on the table, pricking his hand to take the insulin shots, you know, take his blood levels, and eventually that cancer, man, that chemotherapy began to eat him up. His hair came out, and I saw that from age 10 to about 16. Just turning 17 when he passed. So I saw that, and I wondered what was going on. Got a little bit of consciousness. All the stuff we have here wasn't out then. Maybe a few of them, How to Eat to Live, was out then. But I took note of how we used to eat as a family. The extended family coming from the South. You know, that soul food diet.
Well, let me ask you this. What, because the average person doesn't really make the correlation or the connection between diet and illness. Right. So what caused you to make that connection? Because that's not a common,
well,
production.
For those who know my name, Divine Allah, I come from the 5% Nation, the nation of gods and earth. So coming into that consciousness as a young man, while my father was, I guess, dying or in his transition stages, I was coming into a knowledge of self. And you know, when you first get knowledge of self, you always hear you eat a certain way, you study a certain way. And the first thing we used to hear out on the block, man, the gods don't eat pork or the Muslims don't eat pork. What eating pork got to do with your religion? What eating pork got to do with your culture and lifestyle? Hearing about the makeup of the pig, things that are in the pig, how filthy a pig is. And I knew my family ate a lot of pig, especially my dad. The connecting factors was, wow, it's also what he was eating or what we were eating as a family. So there you have your diet and just your lifestyle. My father also smoked. And, you know, smoking is, you know, one of the pre-factors of diabetes, along with what you're eating. He didn't live a harsh life as far as I knew. I didn't know him, you know. I knew father, strong father, always working, good family, good extended family. But I also know the extended family when it came to family reunions. We had the collard greens with the big piece of neck bone in it.
What's wrong with the collard greens with the big piece of neck bone?
Well, what's wrong with just eating the greens without putting neck bones in it? So, you know, you're seeing this over time.
The flavor.
You're okay. You're okay. Yeah, and that flavor is what eventually took him out of here. Because we, you know, to I guess in his mind, as his brothers and sisters' mind, flavoring this food up was better than just having the food, the natural food itself. We need flavor. We need that extra salt. We need that sugar. We need the, you know, the extra slurp off the bones. And I used to see this stuff, man. It looked good. I was a kid. I didn't know. But connecting the dots to what that was eventually doing to his colon. He eventually ended up with colon cancer. Okay? Knowing how the colon, that's that area that holds a lot of nutrients if you're eating the proper foods. It gives your body what it needs to, I guess, to thrive in that internal environment. And if that's not happening, it begins to break you down, which eventually went to his prostate. All connected to the diet and lifestyle. And it just broke him down within a 7-year period. So I made that connection at a young age and said, I'm going to take a leap. I'm going to start investing in my health earlier. And that investment to now, here I am. I'm the age that my father was when he passed. And I'm looking for another 47 after that. So I made the investment early.
Well, I'm glad that you said that because that's one of the primary objectives of our show. So, you know, Divine just stated that his father passed at the same age in which he is presently
right now
at. So that for his lineage is progress. Right? For his family line is progress. Because you always want to not only leave more information for your offspring and those that come after you, but you also want to be able to allow them to outlive you. Outdo you and have and do more than you were able to have and do. So he is actually living his dad's legacy through his memory and his spirit, but going further than his dad was able to go based on the information that his dad had based on
Right.
his upbringing, right? So he didn't just decide to, take that same information and say, well, my dad ate pork chops, I eat pork chops. My dad smoked,
Right.
I'm going to smoke.
Right.
My dad
drank,
I'm going to drink.
Right.
We've been
Right.
eating ham hocks for 50 years,
70 years.
70 years,
Right.
So I'm not going to change it now.
Right.
So what we're saying, once again, we're not trying to ridicule anyone's lifestyle. We're trying to make an appeal to you that your duty is to move further with the information that we have now to cause yourself and your children to live a better life.
Right, and work on the immediate changes.
And
we
work
we
on
can't
the
keep
immediate
putting it off.
changes.
We see what we're dealing with. They
Mhm.
talk about underlying conditions, the underlying issues that's leading to what we're dealing with right now.
Right.
If we know that they are caused by lifestyle, what we're eating or not eating,
Mhm.
if we know that's leaving the residue of poor health in ourselves and in our families, why don't we say, I'm going to make that change today?
Right.
You can't keep putting it off.
Can't keep putting
There's
it off.
many examples right now,
Right.
especially now. You're seeing the examples. So people just have to begin to take charge of their health. Man.
Right, and also with, we won't say the name,
Right.
but our current situation,
Yes.
what's going on, the
Yes.
pandemic,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Many of the unfortunate victims of the current pandemic
Right.
was said by the World Health Organization and
Right.
the leading,
Right.
the quote unquote leading doctors,
Right. Right. Right.
that many of them had underlying
Pre-existing
pre-existing
conditions.
health
Yes.
conditions,
That
right?
are all tied to diet.
that are all tied to diet,
Yeah.
right? As well as
Some of it is lifestyle, but it's the diet.
as well as exercise.
Lack of, that's lifestyle, right? Go
Remember,
ahead.
your diet is your lifestyle.
Well, true, but a lot of people don't consider it. A lot of us,
But
we
not
put
gonna-
diet over here.
But we're not going to listen.
That's another conversation.
Right.
Yes,
No,
sir.
not that it's
Go
another
ahead,
conversation,
go ahead.
but we are pushing the understanding of the holistic
Yes, sir.
lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
Holism.
Yes, sir. Yes,
right?
sir.
So we're not going to separate it. We're
Right,
not going to.
right. We're not gonna do
Right.
that.
We're not
Right.
going to compartmentalize it.
Yes.
Put
yes.
diet over here and lifestyle
Yes,
over here.
yes.
We're going to put lifestyle and diet
it all
together.
together.
Right.
It's
because
all together.
It's all encompassing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, many of us suffering because we don't know how to look at the whole picture. We have our diet over here. We have how we live, what I wear, what I might do in my personal
Right.
life. It's all disconnected, but
Right.
it's all connected when you
Right.
look at it
It's,
from a
it's
holistic
definitely all
perspective.
connected.
Yeah, you can't get away
Because
from
listen, I used to smoke cigarettes. I
Right.
probably smoked
Uh-huh.
cigarettes for 10 years.
it. Wow.
Right? Newport shorts.
Wow.
Back when they was probably $2.45. Back in the 90s, 1995. What you said, Quasi?
At least they wasn't alone.
At least they wasn't
At
alone.
least they wasn't alone. See,
Listen, when we-
see
when
the
I-
attitude?
Right.
See, at least they wasn't alone.
Right.
You still dying.
Right. But at least they wasn't
At
alone.
least they wasn't alone. See?
But listen,
See?
no, Quasi is right. You smoke Quasi?
Nah.
That comes
See?
from a smoker.
See?
Because the Newport shorts
Uh-huh.
tasted different than the Newport longs,
So
right?
you thought.
Right. No, they did. I'm not saying they didn't have a different effect. They had the same effect.
Okay.
But they taste different. Right? So
Okay.
when this guy's a non-smoker trying to tell me.
So you
but-
ate the cigarette?
No.
So how you know how it
Listen,
tastes?
Because when you smoke a cigarette,
Right.
the taste goes into your mouth, brother.
Okay.
Just like
You mean when you inhale the smoke?
no, but you're inhaling it from not only your lungs, but you inhale it. You put
Yeah,
cigarette in
it
your
tastes
mouth,
So you're right. You're inhaling. You're inhaling the smoke.
into your lungs.
Okay, but you're not. You said it like when I taste the cigarette. When I ate the cigarette. Come on, man. When I ate the cigarette, it tasted like.
Hey,
Come on,
everyone
man.
out there let me talk
Who
to you.
smokes?
Everyone out there who smokes or
Uh-huh.
have smoked knows exactly that the cigarette has
Has
a
a taste.
specific taste. That's why.
So you think?
That's why. So we know. That's why Marlboros, right, taste different than Newports, right? Newport tastes like Cools. They were similar. Marlboros taste like something else. I don't know. But my point is on bringing up Newports, shorts and longs is simply the fact that we used to when you couldn't get the short, you would buy the long, but you would break the long off.
All of
right?
that.
We would break the long off,
And
right?
do what?
Because it would change. Say it, Quasi. The taste.
All of that. So that was a lifestyle for you.
So
Buying cigarettes and breaking them.
that is the listen.
Oh, man.
This is the reason
Uh-huh.
why we saying that it is whether you cognitively understand it or not.
Right,
It
right.
is a lifestyle
I
because
got you.
yes,
It's a
that
death
was a
lifestyle.
lifestyle,
It's a
right?
death style.
So what we did was you bought your cigarettes, right? You drank your coffee in the morning. Everybody knows if you smoke
Wow.
cigarettes and you drink coffee, those things
Wow.
go together.
Wow. So
Right?
you think?
They definitely go together.
You serious?
I'm serious.
Let's pull up. We got enough science here, brother. Nicotine and caffeine.
They go together, right? They're both drugs. How can they not go together? Drugs go together. What are you talking about?
Doesn't one?
Nicotine and caffeine are both drugs.
No, we know they're drugs, but
All right.
doesn't one send you in one direction and the other send you in another direction?
That's just like
Downer.
right.
Yes.
That's just
Like
like
drinking and
that's just like
So you
people-
think that they go together? That's
No,
what I'm
they-
saying. What's in your brain is playing out. These go together. It's not that they go together. It's just to promote. It's a cell. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. I'm going to drink a coffee. I'm going to smoke a cigarette or a blunt. I'm going to drink some alcohol.
You saying that they're a cell?
Right? It's sold.
Okay.
They package it well to go together.
Okay.
It doesn't go together.
Of course it does.
No, sir.
You know what? You
No,
know how
sir.
you know how we can prove it?
Go ahead.
Okay. Because anything that's isolated substances are
Uh-huh.
drugs, right?
Yes.
These drugs excrete dopamines
Yes.
into your brains.
Yes.
When those dopamines, excrete into your brain is looking for more
Okay.
stimulants.
Okay.
Looking for more stimulants in order to reach that same high
Okay.
that previous
Okay.
substance gave you. Now, those are illicit drugs or illicit substances, illicit dopamines. Now, your brain also excretes dopamines when you are happy or when you're exercising,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But the exercise dopamines are natural, right?
Ah.
So it's a different level of dopamines. It's still excreting
I got you.
dopamines,
I
but it's a
got you.
different level.
I got
So
you.
this is the reason why these things go together. Nobody says like, "Yo, I'm gonna eat some." I'm gonna eat like some kale salad and quinoa. Do 13 sets of high intensity interval training and then smoke some crack afterwards. Those things don't go together, right? But you smoke crack and
Guess what?
drink liquor.
Guess what?
You smoke crack and smoke cigarettes.
If the industry found a way to package it
And sell it.
Right.
they would do it, bro.
right, but the
Okay.
human brain would disallow you
But-
to do it.
But the drug
Smoke
that's
this
in that
crack,
package
super
is going to say,
strong.
well, let's attack that part of the brain that does not recognize that this does not go together. See, that's that other science behind it.
Say that again.
Let's attack that. They create substances
Right.
that are inside of those drugs, those chemicals.
Right.
Those chemicals interact with your
Right.
natural action
Right.
of the brain to say, you know
Right.
what? Crack cocaine. It
Right.
attacked the central nervous system.
Right.
Keep them coming back.
Right.
If they don't put some more sugar in it. We can
Right.
talk about that sugar later.
Right.
Sugar, a lot of the cigarettes that are on the market have sugar mixed into the tobacco,
I mean,
making it more addictive.
I mean,
it doesn't go together, but it does something to your
it's not
central
actually
nervous
sugar.
system.
That's tobacco.
It's a sweetener. It's sweetened.
No, it's not sweetened. It's not sweetened.
Yes, it is, man. Yes.
No idea.
It's
Yeah,
in
no.
look it up.
No.
We got, brother. It's too much stuff on this table.
Exactly.
It's too much. We can
Listen,
easily pull it up.
Let-
We can easily pull it
You
up.
know how many? You know how many?
It's enhanced.
You know how many ingredients is in a little cigarette?
Yes, a lot.
300.
Yes.
300.
You don't hear
So
about
they
the
don't-
sugar,
they don't-
right?
they
Why
don't-
don't they tell you about the sugar that's in it?
They don't need the sugar to get you addicted, right? Because
You sure?
nicotine is addictive. Tobacco is addictive. The
By itself?
Hold on. The rat poison that's actually in cigarettes that you can look up is addictive.
To the
because
human?
they're all isolated.
To the human?
Yeah, sure.
The
That's
number
why the
one
rat.
drug?
That's why the rat always runs to the rat poison because it's addictive.
The human runs to it because it's addictive because of the sugar, brother. It's sweetened. The number one drug, brother.
All right.
Sugar.
Okay, so according to Reuters,
Look it up.
sugar contains natural and added sugar to reduce the harshness of the smoke to make
Right.
it easier to inhale.
Right.
So to this point,
Come
this
on, man.
also increases the amount of harmful chemicals in the smoke
Mm-hmm.
and addictive potentials of smoking.
The nicotine itself would not get you like that, brother. The
Sure it
tobacco
would.
itself would not get you like that. No, sir. You wouldn't be
Sure it
addicted
would.
to it. All right. Another conversation. Another
Listen,
conversation.
Are you saying that
Lifestyle.
are you saying sugar is in cocaine?
That's a given.
Huh?
That's a given. Yes.
Sugar is
Yes.
in cocaine.
Yes.
Okay. Bring that
Yes.
one up, Twazi.
Yes. Yes. Then you used to ain't you a heavy Coke drinker? You used to be at one time.
I'm not. I said not Coca-Cola.
You said Pepsi, whatever.
I said cocaine.
No, you used to.
Coca-Cola.
Brother, there's documentation that
No.
Coke, the actual
Not
Coke, the
anymore.
drug. No, but it was
It was back
Okay,
in the
so
early 1900s. They
to
took
make
Coke-
it what?
to make it addictive. Yeah,
And what was in the cocaine?
it's from the coca leaf. They took
By
it from
itself?
the coca leaf.
By
Yes.
itself?
Yeah, research it.
Okay. No sweeteners, no enhancers. By the time it reached the streets, no enhancers, just like weed. Enhancers, brother. The enhancers do have degrees of sugar. That's what gets to that brain and causes the addiction. That other stuff, yes, but those play a minimal role than the role that the sugar plays. The sweetener enhancer, because your brain is attracted to what? Glucose.
Right. Pull that one up right
Come
there.
on.
Okay, so
Talk to
at
it.
brainmd.com, it states that sugar is comparable to cocaine. So
Right.
it doesn't
Neck
have
and neck.
They're minus.
They
No,
neck
they're
and
minus
neck.
one molecule.
Okay.
Read it.
Okay.
Right. So
Right. Right. It says that. Yeah. They
it's-
minus
it's
one
a thing
molecule.
where it's sugar versus cocaine.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So I mean that's
No. Right.
It's,
right.
it's proven what we talking
No,
about.
but we're saying sugar versus cocaine because these are two different
Yeah, it's two
isolated
different
addictive
substances.
substances, and they're
Okay,
saying which one addicts you the most.
All right, but
which
guess
has
what?
similar effects on the
Right.
brain.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that's why.
Now-
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
So if they have similar effects, that's
Right.
why we don't need the sugar because the cocaine has similar effects.
As a human
Right.
whose lifestyle or culture or lifestyle consists of eating, people are not eating the cocoa leaf, right? They're eating millions of things that have sugar in it, not millions of things that have cocoa in them or coke in them. See, they've worked that. I mean, they can have that article that says versus, but it's so neck and neck. The degree of it is neck and neck, brother. It's the sugar. The enhancer is the sugar, man.
Hold on. Here's the thing, people. Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Now,
Think, Chet. We making y'all think.
When
We making you think.
Quasi pulls up the article
Mhm.
saying that sugar is in the cigarette, Divine rolling with it. Yeah.
I knew that.
So now when he pulls up the article
Yes.
saying sugar is not in the cocaine, they're two separate.
Is
now
it?
it's like,
Okay.
No.
No.
Don't go with that article. Like, no.
No.
So which one is it?
No.
Big Champs
Okay.
family out there, which one is it?
Okay.
You decide.
Now, okay, decide on this. The people who sniff, smoke, however they use the cocaine, 199.99% times out of 10, there's a synthetic sweetening enhancer in it that causes the attraction inside the
The
body.
whole drugs is synthetic though.
Cocaine is from the earth.
No, but
The coca leaf is from the
the
earth.
coca leaf
Okay,
is from
but
the earth.
now
the cocaine
it's enhanced,
that
it's
people
mixed
are
with-
using is synthetic.
What makes it?
Because in the laboratory, listen.
And what do they do in the laboratory?
Listen, hold on.
What do they do?
Hold on. It's just like all prescription drugs
Uh-huh.
nowadays. Now, the base of the drug
Right.
is based on some natural
Right.
herb.
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
But it becomes synthetic
Right.
when they take it into the laboratory and start removing molecules here, adding hydrogen there,
Sugar.
So now the
Sugar.
hold on. So now the natural state is pretty much gone. So it's based on natural,
Okay.
but it's now synthetic.
Okay.
So So now these drugs are based on the cocoa leaf with its natural, with its natural, but now it's synthetic. So now let's get back to this lifestyle point, right? So now the lifestyle point is this. Whether Divine wants to roll with it or not, you gonna roll. You gonna roll.
So
with
you gonna
the
make
fact
them
that,
roll?
No, listen. I'm not gonna make you roll with anything.
Go ahead.
I know that you all can relate to what I'm about to say right now.
Go ahead.
That if you changed your lifestyle, right? When I was a certain way, when I was a smoker, I was a drink. I was never a drinker, but I drank. I smoked cigarettes. I drank alcohol, right? Now that I live that was that lifestyle, right? Now I live a different lifestyle. I don't do those things, so I do other things, right? I meditate. I drink water. I eat greens. I don't eat greens and drink water and then sniff cocaine, because those are different lifestyles, right? Those are different lifestyles that people live. This is why a person will say, you know what, I got to change my lifestyle, or I got to change my life. Or they'll say, I got to change, change my lifestyle.
But that
addiction. Because well, those things are all encompassing. but it's because whatever it is that they're doing that they find detrimental, that they find as a hindrance, that they find not being for the advancement of their progress, is a detrimental component in their current lifestyle. So you say like, yo, what happened to, True? He used to be an alcoholic. He'll tell you like, yeah, man, I had to change. I had to change my life, man. I can't do that no more. Yo, so-and-so used to smoke crack. He changed his life, man. He got married.
Right.
He had a baby.
Right.
He working now. He don't, he's not, getting in trouble anymore. When you look at him in 88, this was his lifestyle. When you look at him in 2018, this is his lifestyle. And he says, I can't do those things no more, because those things will draw him back into that life.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, we're just saying that to encourage people to look into themselves, right? And decide and have some discernment on what are the things that you can
are addicted to
in order to change your lifestyle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And look at it as a holistic picture.
Right.
Don't just look at it as what I'm eating don't have nothing to do with it.
Right.
My addictions don't have nothing to do with it. I just got to put on more makeup and that'll be different. I just got to wear different clothes to work. Things going to be different. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to look at the whole picture. What you're eating, when you're eating, how you're eating, the people you may be around, the places you may visit that have addictive faculties in them. You have to change all of that.
Right.
Or you have to work on changing it and begin to work harder on changing those things.
Okay,
some things can happen immediately.
Uh-huh.
Some things can happen over a process of time.
Okay, so what are some tips that you would give to the audience as far as making those changes?
First, I would start taking notes, right? Like a personal journal to myself. What are the things that are affecting me the most?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the time that I have? Is it my schedule in a day?
Mm-hmm.
That's something immediate I can apply. Wow, I am spending too much time on my phone between hours of 7 and 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I can immediately work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I am getting off late at night. I don't have time to
Okay,
to
so how...
Write these things down.
Okay.
Create a journal.
All right, so for someone who is working 2 jobs,
right,
because they have to sustain their livelihood or their life or their children or their family,
right,
what are some tips that you would give them to be able to, but at the same time, they're always tired, they're always lethargic, they always have low energy.
right.
What are some of the tips that you can give, but that you would say that they can use to be able to change their lifestyle? And I'm gonna ask you that while I sip some.
Right, sip you some water.
And
keep that life in order. Definitely drink more water. Start to drink more water if you don't already. Add more water to your lifestyle, your eating lifestyle, again, I'll go back to the journal. Put in on paper so you can see your writing of it. These are the things that are affecting my lifestyle. Am I working too much? Am I not eating? Am I not resting the way I should? Strive to get more rest. Even if you got to go to if you're working, listen, boss, supervisor, this is affecting my home life. This is affecting my relationship. This is affecting the way I'm eating. This is affecting the way I'm thinking. I'm driving home and I'm having issues getting home. I'm dozing off. I'm not getting enough rest, so strive to get more rest. Definitely create a journal. Strive to drink more water. We'll get into the other, the issues of water, alkaline or room temperature, whatever. But strive to be hydrated more throughout the day. Strive to get some quiet time. If you got some time in the restroom, going to the bathroom, take an extra 5 or 10 minutes. Look in that mirror. Stand there quietly. Do a quick meditation. If you have people that are close to you that are an example, talk to them more. Don't push the healthy person off because they might say to you, let's get to the gym or let's go for a walk. Get that person more in your everyday cipher. Get them involved in your everyday life. See, I don't want to get into the other stuff, go to the gym, start exercising, because those things can, even though they help, for some people that's going to be a process to get into that.
Right. So,
but you can easily write stuff down. You have access to pen and paper.
So what I would say is, as you write stuff down and formulate a journal, that's got some information.
Right.
I would say to do that while simultaneously educating yourself.
Definitely.
About nutrition, about wellness, about recipes, healthy recipes, about whatever illness that you may have.
Or your family may have had.
And your family may have had. Right. Educate yourself while you are formulating this journal. And some more tangible things as well, I would say, is how about meal prepping, right? So if you have if you're working 2 jobs and your time is tight because, you have a family to take care of, I understand. We definitely understand. What you can do is maybe make big pot of food, a lot of food on like a Sunday, right? On that Sunday, and take the food with you to work, and or make enough so that you can eat that food on Monday and Tuesday.
You asking for a lot, bro.
No, that's not really. See, here's the thing. The reason why, even if it may be a lot at a certain level, but what it entails is discipline, right? And change, right? So if we talk about changing our lifestyle, if you want to change, we always got to step outside of our comfort zone.
You got to do certain things.
So in order for you to change, you have to step outside of your comfort zone. You have to do some things that's different than what you've been doing now in order to get different results.
True.
So if you're already cooking, right, on a Sunday, you're at home with the family, cook a big pot of food, right? And on Monday and eat it on Sunday. Then Monday and Tuesday you eat the leftovers. You heat up the food, right?
I ain't eating no leftovers.
And hold on, we're gonna get to that. And then Wednesday, right? You cook some more food, right? And even if that lasts you till Wednesday and Thursday, right? And now Friday, it's the weekend. So if you're doing whatever you're doing, or if you're going out, or if you stay at home, now you have Friday and the weekend to be able to cook some more food for your family.
That sounds very cultural.
What do you mean? It's tangible. It's something like, because here's the thing. If we tell them to write something down,
right?
The writing down is getting the mind right, but it's still not giving them any action. If I tell
writing
them,
is the action.
The action of changing their diet, because the changing of your diet, the action is the ingestion of food or the lack thereof.
Okay.
That's the action that needs to be changed, right? I could write a book all day, You know what I'm saying? But I'm still obese and overweight. And even the suggestion I gave of educating yourself, you could be a super smart brainiac about 1,000 subjects,
right.
but if you're not applying it, so we'll be talking about application. We want to give the people ideas of information. This is Think Champs, right?
That's right.
So we're going to
Make 'em
talk
think.
about
Make 'em
writing
think.
it down. Once
Right.
you write things, it opens your imagination in your mind.
That's right.
Right? And as you're educating yourself through research, that too opens your
Right.
imagination in your mind, and it
Right.
leads you to other research and other research and other research.
Right.
Right? But now we want to talk about getting into some action, because the research and the writing and the imagination means
You
nothing.
can't eat that.
Right? You can't eat that.
That's right.
That's not going
Right.
to change your hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes, and colon and
Right.
cardiovascular disease.
Right.
You understand? That's going to change your mind. You know, you get
Right.
smarter. You build your brain cells.
Right.
But it's not going to change that degenerative disease.
I was
that
just
you have.
considering the unfortunately the large numbers of people
Mhm.
in this society rarely are
Mhm.
sitting down having dinner with a family.
Right.
It's an unfortunate situation for
Right.
a lot of people. You talking about eating on Sunday? You talking about having leftovers from Sunday to almost Thursday?
No,
brother?
no, no. I said you cook on Sunday and allow that from Sunday to Wednesday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Okay, that's still 2
Tuesday.
days.
Right.
There's a certain consciousness that says, man, White Castle is down the street from my house. I work, I make money. Burger King is 3 doors down from White Castle. Leftovers. That is a certain consciousness. There's a certain mentality.
What is that?
I said, I'm going to White Castle.
Right. But here's the thing.
So now,
Right. Hold on. But listen, you can go to White Casket, right? You can go to Taco Hell, right? You can go to Murder King,
Okay.
right? You can go to Ronald Fat Donald's every day, all day.
Right.
But we trying to push the culture of a change,
Right.
of information, of giving you ideas for something different.
Right. Make you a
So
champion of
even-
your health.
So you can make a champion of your health.
That's right.
So you can say all day, I'd rather go to White Casket, right? Instead of making a home cooked meal, or just having some discipline on Sunday to make some leftovers till Tuesday. You can say that all day. But that's not going to stop those 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 prescription drugs that you're on currently. right. It's not
Right.
going to stop your 190 over 110 blood pressure.
Right.
You understand? That's not going to stop that.
Right.
Right? It's not going to stop the insulin that you have to inject into yourself.
Right.
When insulin is a natural occurrence of the body,
That's
but
right.
because you have disrupted it with all of this
Processed food.
processed
fast
food and unnatural sugar.
Right.
Now you have to inject this insulin into you.
Right.
So
Think, people.
think, right? So what we're saying is McDonald's, White Casket, Murder King, Taco Hell, they got commercials everywhere.
Right.
There are podcasts, YouTube videos, and social media platforms that promote these delicacies, right? Quote unquote, air quote, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Every day. But here on the
Everywhere.
Think Champs podcast, we are promoting health,
And
wellness,
That's right.
nutrition,
That's right.
lifestyle change, meditation, yoga, Reiki, massage therapy, all around
He said
fitness,
Reiki.
exercise,
Right.
high intensity interval training.
Right.
We're talking about low impact training, high impact training. We are promoting all of those things, right?
And we want you to
It's a
think
reason-
about those.
It's a reason why we have these fruits here. It's a reason why we got these colors here. I'm gonna eat these. We have them here so you can see them, right? And so that they can stimulate your mind to understand that, what can I do with that green pepper? What can I do with this plantain, right? Maybe I could make a smoothie with this banana, right? Maybe I could put this banana on top of some processed food that you eating as a first step towards wellness, right? So we want to be able to give you all of the information that you need in order
Or
to,
enough information.
and enough
Or
information,
enough information, yeah.
right? Bring that phone number up there for me, Quasi.
Or enough
The
information.
phone number is 973-400-8457. 973-400-8457.
Think champs, y'all.
Think
champs.
champs.
Making you think
Right.
about
So,
your health.
what time did we start? We got 10 minutes? Okay. So, let me give you, my background, right? So, I grew up with my mother, right? And one thing that I could say is beautiful about what my mother did was she promoted health based on what she knew health to be. Now, let me explain to you exactly what I'm talking about. We ate vegetables, right? Every meal. We ate vegetables every single meal, right? We ate meat. We drank milk, right?
Wow.
We had a starch, right? And we ate vegetables. She would say every meal you have to eat vegetables, right? We drank water. We didn't drink milk every meal, but we drank water. We never ate, in my mother's house growing up, we never had soda. Never had soda.
No.
We never had Kool-Aid and Tang and all of those sugary drinks that people buy in the powdered form.
Right.
Because this is what my mother understood. And we ate home-cooked meal at the table almost every day.
Right.
Right? If we had meat, we had onions on it, or mushrooms or some type of vegetable with it. This is what she understood health to be.
Right.
Right? We almost never ate out. We never went to I can remember 2 or 3 times going to McDonald's from the time I could remember to about 14, 15 with my mother. We never went to McDonald's. We went to Wendy's sometime because my mother said that Wendy's was healthier than McDonald's or Burger King. Right.
Wow.
So that she instilled that thought process of health into me, right? And even though the things that we ate, I no longer eat, she planted that seed in me and I just took it further.
Right.
Right? So now,
you should.
Right. So now I don't eat meat, right? I don't drink cow milk. You understand? But the tenets or the outline that she gave me of being health conscious and understand that you should eat healthy and if you want to survive and live was put in me, and I just took it to another level.
Right. So
You
you
know what I'm
had a good support system to a degree.
To a degree,
Right.
yes.
Right. You had a good support system.
Or information system. It was information that she gave.
Okay. So you had a good enough base
Right.
to start from.
Right.
Unfortunately,
Right.
so many people don't. But
Right.
you also talking about a time period though. You were born, 70s, going into the 80s.
Right. So at that time, a lot of people didn't eat out. Like
Exactly. The promotion
Most
of fast
people
food,
didn't eat out.
it was really just bubbling
Right.
then. It wasn't like it is now.
Right.
Now, you're talking about
Okay, but
late
here's the
80s,
thing.
early 90s when obesity and all that stuff
Right.
really became an issue. How they
Okay.
started associating the
So this
factors.
goes back
Yeah.
to your point.
Go ahead.
Divine. This goes
Mhm.
back to your point. Now, if you look at the obesity statistics
Then,
from
yeah.
then down, it was nowhere near
No,
what
right.
they are
Right.
now.
Right.
Okay.
It wasn't even in the discussion.
Right. It wasn't in the
Right.
discussion.
Right.
That's number one.
Right.
Bring in the fast food industry.
Yes.
Right? Well, it actually started
Yes.
with TV dinners in the 1950s, and then fast food came much later. McDonald's and all them came later.
True.
But it really boomed in the 80s and 90s. and
Yes,
stuff like
80s
that.
and
It really
90s.
boomed.
Yes. Yes.
Things always take like 30 years to
Right.
pick up, right?
Right. Right.
To build steam and
Yes.
momentum, right?
Yes.
So, if we're thinking now, right? We're
That's
using
right.
critical thinking.
That's right.
And
Think
we're
chance.
saying before this time period, obesity, high blood pressure, all of these variations of cancer was pretty much not even in the picture.
Right. Right.
Now here comes the processed food industry and the fast food industry in the picture now.
Right.
Now obesity, hypertension,
It's through the roof.
cardiovascular is through the roof.
Right. And
right?
you would only have adult age people
Right.
with the issues.
Now, at least
Man, listen.
13% of all children
Yep.
have fatty tissues
Starting at
on
age
their
8
arteries.
and 9.
Starting
And
on
they're
age
single-digit
8 and 9.
ages.
Single
Yes.
digit ages.
Yes.
Childhood obesity
Yes.
is through the roof.
Right.
And that's simply because we're not cooking at home anymore.
Right.
You're taking to your child to McDonald's,
Right.
IHOP, and Murder King for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right.
And these are the repercussions of that.
That we dealing with now.
So here on Think Champs, we have to let you know that we have to go back, right? There's a African proverb that's called Sankofa.
Yeah, return and
means-
fetch it.
Right, which means that you have to go back
That's right.
to where you came from to know where you're going.
Right.
So the bird's feet are pointed forward,
But
but
his
his
head-
head is turned back.
Right.
So he's looking back to where he came from to know where he's going forward.
Right.
So these are the things that we have to do since we do have these problems.
Right.
We have to start at where did these problems arise?
Right.
And it arose with the booming industrialism
Right.
of the fast food industry.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So we have to go back to what we were doing before that.
Right.
We're making way more money now than we did in the 80s and
So
90s.
we eat more.
Right? So we're eating more.
Right.
But since we are making way more money, we have
We get
more
more sick.
But listen, but here's the positive side of it.
Right.
We have more access to information,
Right.
right? And we have more dispensable income for trainers,
And what else?
nutritionists,
What else?
psychologists. I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay,
And
I'll pay for a trainer, but who's paying for a nutritionist?
many people are paying for a nutritionist.
I live in Newark, New Jersey.
Right.
I might pay for a trainer. I'm not paying for a nutritionist
You
and
know
a
why?
dietitian.
You know why?
And you want me to pay for healthy food?
Yeah. You know why?
It costs too much.
You know why though? Because it's not ingrained in the lifestyle, in the culture.
All right. So
It's
we just got to think
It's
more.
it's not ingrained in the culture.
We have to think more
We got 2 minutes.
and act more.
Right. It's not ingrained in the culture.
I
So
understand.
here's the thing,
We
right?
got to change the culture.
We got to change the culture.
Yeah.
That's what
No
we're here
doubt.
to do at Think
No doubt.
Champs.
No
is
doubt.
change the culture.
No doubt.
Right? 1 mile at a time, 1 muscle at a time.
That's right.
One
One
mind
mind
at
at
a
a time.
time.
That's right.
Right?
That's
We
right.
got to change the culture.
In the basic,
Right.
simple, and holistic way.
Right, because
to do it.
nutritionists are in business, so somebody's using nutritionists,
That's true.
right?
That's
Trainers and therapists, even on the mental health side,
Right.
right? In our communities,
Right.
it's not quote unquote cool to go to a therapist because you crazy.
Right. Right.
But therapists,
And it's not even cool to eat healthy.
right? Right.
So
You know what I'm
we
saying?
got a lot to deal with, man.
So this is about changing the culture, because what should not be cool is dying at 30 years old from hypertension,
Or 22.
or 22 years
Right.
old
Right.
from cardiac disease,
Right.
or 42 years old from colon cancer,
Right.
or 52 years old
Amputation
from-
because of
from-
diabetes.
right, from ovarian, uterine cyst,
Right,
or
right.
breast cancer. That's what should not be.
We have to change the way we think
Right. So
about
here
our
at
lives.
Think Champs,
About our
we are